morning and welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep breaths, visualizing these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would, and just sit in this slow, deep breath rhythm. Keep your awareness in the area of the heart as you take these slow, gentle, deep breaths. And see if you can take these breaths slightly deeper than you normally do. Just challenge yourself a bit. Take it a little deeper and exhale for a little longer. Slow, deep, gentle breaths. And visualizing these flowing in and out of your heart. And just slowing down your body a bit. And just be aware of the energy that's around you, just slightly beyond your body. Just give that little awareness, just a little awareness that focuses just outside your body, just awareness in that area, all around you. Taking slow, deep, gentle breaths. Visualizing these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, gentler than you normally would. And keeping your awareness just beyond your physical body. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And now for the I didn't know that moment. If you have any questions, please do type that in and I'll respond to it after the next segment. So today's espresso shot topic is the duck principle. And this is one of those topics that we talk about when we talk about detachment as a means to mastery, self-mastery. We look to nature to help us understand that. What is detachment? And today I want to share with you perhaps an example of what detachment is, because through detachment you can manage your emotions really well. So let's say, for example, you are walking on a street and you notice somebody, you recognize somebody, and as they're coming toward you, they're obviously going somewhere else, and you are going somewhere else, and you're just crossing paths. And as they're approaching towards you, you say hello in a nice, gentle, soft, friendly manner. But they just keep walking past you. At that point in time, the emotions that you feel as a person who has said something nice but did not respond or get a response, that particular moment for you may be emotionally distraught. You may be emotionally distraught. You may feel rejected. You may feel like that person is annoyed with you. So all of these things will run through your mind, saying, well, why didn't that person say hello back to me? And I was so kind to them. In this space, you are becoming more vulnerable by saying hello, and when that person doesn't reciprocate, your vulnerability is exposed. So there's a couple of reasons why that is happening. For example, the other person may not have heard you, may not have recognized you out of context. Here's what I mean by that. I went to a hot yoga class the other day, and as I was laying my mat, I looked behind, and this woman was smiling at me, and I felt awkward smiling back, and I turned back around and I didn't pay any attention to her. Then when I kind of was adjusting my mat some more, I realized it was a friend of mine, and I would have never guessed she would have been in that particular yoga class, because I had never seen her in the 3 years that I've been going to that yoga class fairly regularly. I hadn't seen her. And so then I smiled back at her, and I got all excited for seeing somebody in a place that I've never seen before. So it happens to the best of us. So sometimes when you open up yourself in a vulnerable situation, and somebody else doesn't reciprocate, doesn't really mean they're angry at you. However, the issue becomes that you sit with this, and the emotions pile up. That means that when you say hello to somebody, you are attached to the outcome of the response of that somebody. So how about taking this week and saying hello to strangers, but not caring how they respond back, or whether they respond back, or what they think about it? And the reason is that when you start practicing becoming vulnerable and opening up your heart without expecting anything in return, that practice will make you a lot more like a duck, like a water off a duck's back. And that is what this idea and principle is about, is that you really should not care how other people view you, as long as you're being authentic within yourself. And that is a duck principle, is you are not detached to the outcome. So this allows you to then say hello and smile to strangers, and smile to people who are not feeling like smiling back. But it is about you and your mastery and your ability to shine your heart. That is the duck principle. So I hope this little thing helped. I would love for you to let me know what your week's practice has been to try and smile to strangers without being attached to the outcome. And that's the key. So like water off a duck's back, smile at everyone, and not having to worry about the outcome. I hope this has been helpful. Now let us begin our next practice by placing our awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep, gentle breaths, visualizing these flowing in and out of our hearts, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Just taking these slow, deep, gentle breaths. visualizing them flowing in and out of your heart. And now, put a gentle smile on your face and begin to experience emotions that give you joy. Fill your heart with gratitude and appreciation. Just bring those emotions forward. And flood your body with more DHEA, which is an anti-aging, rejuvenating hormone, just from this practice. 5 minutes of feeling elated like this boosts your immune system for 6 hours. So let us do it. Costs you nothing. And it's worth everything. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would, and just experience joy. When you feel a lot of gratitude in your heart, no one can knock you off your perch. This is how we want to be always. We want to build our resilience. We want to build ourselves so that there's nothing that can knock us off our perch. We're always smiling. We are in joy. And we smile. And in one or more cases, you will light up other people's lives. And that is the amplification of your love. So continue to do this. Breathe in this way all the time. Slow, deep, gentle breaths. Visualize them flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Put a smile on your face and bring forward memories of joy, elation, gratitude, and hold that in your heart. Now ask your heart to let you feel a more intensified emotion. Feel it a little bit more. Open that tap up a bit and allow yourself to feel a deeper level of joy. Just give yourself that permission to do that. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on your Monday morning espresso shot. I wishing you the very best in the for the week, and I hope this has helped kickstart the week a bit. So I'm going to go see what comments came through. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will respond. And while you're typing those questions in, I just wanted to let you know that the webinar Deepen Your Intuition, a replay, will be ready very, very shortly, within a day or two. And if you happen to be going to Europe this fall, myself and Dr. Amber Wolf will be doing a series of weekend retreats in Prague and in Rimini in Italy. So do join us or pass the word around. If you happen to be in the Calgary area in November, we're doing a Banff workshop. My topic is Heart-Centered Leadership. I'll be presenting a similar topic at the Cryon Mayan Convergence event on December 10th to 17th. Registrations are still open if anybody's thinking of doing that. All right, let me see what questions are coming through for us. You see Lou and Will has responded saying, "Now I get it," referring to the duck principle. How wonderful. Thank you so much. Sometimes we just need a little bit of context to turn the light on. That's awesome. Anne is asking, what about the moments during the day when one gets these bursts of pure joy, pure elation, love, etc.? Do they give us boosts for 6 hours too? Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, your body does not really know or doesn't really care what is happening outside of your body to create these emotions. The fact is, those emotions, when they're created, that pure joy emotion, and if they're coming from inside without any external stimulus, that's actually very good news, because that is indeed our goal, is to be able to feel this joy without having an external trigger to allow us to feel joy. That way we can be truly detached, and it lines up with this principle is because we don't need an external thing to give us joy. A lot of us will say, well, if I just go to visit my friend, I'll feel happier, but by myself I don't feel happy. And when we do that, we actually mask our opportunity to actually build that joy within us, to allow us to actually have joy created spontaneously without having been attached to the fact that this is happening, therefore I'm happy. So that's exactly right. When you feel that joy within you and there's no external stimulus, that is a more powerful kind of elixir. And yes, your immune system will be boosted for up to 6 hours. A 5-minute experience of care and compassion and love. Doesn't matter where it came from or how it came from. Once you're experiencing it, your immune system's boosted for up to 6 hours or more. Thank you for asking that question, Anne. All right, I don't see any more questions coming through. So I want to thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care for now. Bye-bye.